Alright, so this is the video for the CIS 277 class, the final app requirement. So what I've put together, my app is called Tether. It's a text editor, and the main idea of the app is it's supposed to be a front end for another group of programs that I've been working on that are text processing programs. The other programs are written in JavaScript. Actually, there's only one at the moment, but the idea is that there'll be a group of them. They're all written in JavaScript. This is supposed to be this Tether app is supposed to be the front end for those programs, and basically it will allow people to use multiple text processing programs that I create later, and there'll be a menu to the left, I'm guessing. You'll click different buttons to allow you to switch between text processing tools, and the idea is that people who are writing books or creating documentation, maybe web pages, that sort of thing, will be able to use it and be able to use special advanced text processing tools. So, for example, when I create documents, I have had problems with find and replace tools because they don't really give me all of the features that I'm looking for. And so that's one of the text processing tools that I'd like to include in the Tether app. One of the biggest challenges I had when creating this app was just trying to, the two biggest challenges I've had was first trying to figure out how the library that I'm using to build the app works. So I'm using WX widgets, and there was a special class called WX styled text control, and I wanted to use that, but I couldn't figure out how to use it because it ended up being that I needed to change the compiler and the library settings because it was a special class. It was included with WX widgets, but it wasn't. It required a special arguments with the compiler and the library in order to actually use. So it was outside of the normal usage. And I didn't realize that, so I kept running into errors. The other problem that I had a lot was, and I still haven't completely solved, is just figuring out how to set up WX widgets to work with Windows, because this operating system you see now is actually a Linux. So I've been able to work with it on Linux, but Windows I haven't figured out how to set it up on that yet. So I guess the successes I've had is it actually works. So this is how it works. So you can open it. You can open a file. Let's find the... Sorry. Oops, that's not it. Alright, so I have an example file here. It's sort of long. That gives you an idea. So now it is a window, so I guess I should just resize this. Okay, so I guess as far as successes, it does actually open files. If you want to clear the file, you go to Files, New, and it clears it for you. Oops, that's actually an error there. When you clear it, it's supposed to get rid of the setting that says that it's unsaved. So it thinks that I made a change to the file, so it's saying changes are unsaved. Are you sure you want to clear the window? Text, yes. So I guess that's a glitch there. But anyway, so you can open it, and if you were to make a change to the file, and then you were to try and open a new one, it would let you know you've made a change, and that that way you know that you might want to save it. You can also save it. I'm not going to save that. I will save as, and I'll call it Well, let's start with that. Just change the name, save, and then I can also load. Now, there's also undo buttons, which is the most recent thing that I added. It was kind of hard to figure out how to add images to the app. So undo, redo. Another feature is that it actually has word wrap. A lot of text editors, I'm not sure exactly why, but they default to having no wrap, which is rather annoying. So this editor starts off with the default being having word wrap. You notice it also has on the left hand side, it has a line count, so line 1, line 2, and then where word wrap is actually arrows. Now I didn't code this all myself. This is mostly just implementing WX widgets tools. So, but this is what I more or less what I wanted it to look like. So I've showed you new, open, save. I believe save as. Save obviously just saves over the file that was opened. Settings doesn't do anything yet. And I guess the only other thing to show you would be that when you press tab, well, basically, so you can highlight multiple lines, and this is good for like HTML editing and that sort of thing. I can't see my keyboard, sorry. Where is the button? Nope. Okay, so when you highlight multiple lines and you press tab, instead of erasing those lines and replacing it with a tab, it actually tabs the beginning of each line. And notice that when you tab a line with nothing before it, it actually automatically aligns the rest of that line, because remember this is all word wrapped, to the same tab. So another feature I would like to include would be make it give the user the option to, instead of using tabs when you press the tab key, to use 4 or 3 spaces. So the last thing I was working on was setting up the options menu, the settings menu, and I was really having a hard time with that. I haven't been able to implement it yet, so right now it's just a blank button that doesn't do anything. I believe that's it. So, all right.